Hi there, where are we? Oh, hello Jasper. We're at the end of week 6 of lockdown. Well, it feels like week 60 to me. I don't know about you, John.
It's hard to say really, because things have all just kind of joined together, so
Yeah, everything's sort of drifted together, hasn't it?
it really is, yeah.
But we're going to concentrate a bit on Braille, because you've had some, well, we've had, because they've addressed them to both of us, haven't they? We've had some Braille letters from people.
We have, yeah.
Yes, we do have to respond yet. We haven't yet written our replies, but we will do.
Oh yeah, we'll definitely write the replies.
And to send them, we have these labels here that say articles for the blind on them. And these labels, you put the address on there, you put the sender's address there, and you can send items up to 7 kilograms in weight that are related to visually impaired people.
So things like your Braille, talking books, things of that nature.
Yep. And any other articles or items that weigh up to 7 kilograms in weight. Now obviously Royal Mail can actually check that the items you're sending are for visually impaired people, but it's good because they're sent first class and it doesn't cost you anything to send them, does it? So you can write a letter in response, a Braille letter in response, stick one of these labels on the envelope, write the address out and our address on it, and send it, put it in the post box and send it off.
And the other thing is those labels, they're very inexpensive to get as well. You can get 100 for...
You can get 200 for £5 from RNIB. Now speaking of RNIB, they have a lending library, a Braille lending library, and at the moment, because it's in a building that's been closed because of the current pandemic, they can't send any books out. Now they have a scheme whereby people under the age of 30, I think it's 30, is it?
I think it's 30 or 25, it's one of those numbers.
It's one of those numbers where you can get a grant to get a Orbit 20 reader. You might remember that I showed one of those a while ago when I was talking about my Braille addiction. And they've extended this grant scheme for people who are members of the Braille library, and they're sending out Orbit readers to people who apply, who are part of the Braille library. So you haven't had yours yet, have you, John?
I haven't. It should be another couple of weeks or so.
It should be in another couple of weeks, yeah, it arrives. But in the meantime, we have the one that belongs to the Braille group on loan. So got this to practice with, ready for when yours arrive, haven't you?
Yes, and the instruction manual that they have, it's a very thorough instruction manual, but if you go through it a little bit at a time, you'll realize that it's quite intuitive really, and a lot of the steps are quite similar.
They're quite similar to using a PC, for example. So copying would be Control and C, and pasting would be Control and V, as it is on a computer. And it's a similar sort of thing. Obviously there's no control button on here, but it's a similar sort of setup for this, so it's not too bad. And it's quite exciting because you can actually use Bluetooth to connect this to your Kindle, and if you've got your screen reader on, it will transcribe it into Braille for you, so you can read the books that you've got on your Kindle in Braille on here.
That is pretty cool. Handy.
I think the only disadvantage that they pointed out, other people have pointed out in the Braille group, and you've said as well, is that here where the Braille displays, there's only 20 characters. So as you're reading, you're going to be constantly pressing the buttons to go down, go down, go down, because you've only got 20 characters. But I think, apart from that disadvantage, and to be fair, if you were having a lot more Braille on there, the thing would be a lot bigger. I think it's a pretty neat little device.
I played with it and it took me a very short amount of time to get used to the length of characters that they have.
I think it's great, and you can connect it to your phone as well.
Your phone, your computer.
Yeah, if you've got voiceover on your phone, and it can put your text messages into Braille, and you can Braille replies, and then it will send it back. It's pretty cool. So looking forward to that. And other things as well, obviously your guide dog applications on hold, and my guide's on hold as well due to the current restrictions that we have.
Exactly, so a lot of the things that we had planned, they're very much on hold.
Yeah, they are. It was just a quick update on Braille stuff anyway. So I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, please give us a thumbs up. And if you don't already, please subscribe. We'd really appreciate that. Thanks for joining us, and we'll see you next time. Bye.
Bye now.